I was raised Catholic, so I was baptized, first confession, first communion, and confirmed in the faith. But I really just went to church on Sunday with my family. We went to confession before holidays, and I would pray in the evenings before I went to bed. I didn't really do much else for the faith. And then when I went to college, I definitely fell away. Stopped going to church on Sundays, even most Sundays, and my prayer life was definitely lacking, not even really praying every day. So after that, it wasn't until Alec proposed to me that I realized something was missing, and at that point we ended up kind of walking back to the faith together.
I grew up as part of a family where my parents were Catholic, and they had their own experience with religion, and it wasn't something I don't think they wanted to be a part of, but they wanted my sister and I to have the opportunity to sort of discover that for ourselves. And then I dabbled a little bit with being part of a youth group or going to a couple different churches in high school, but nothing really stuck. And then I sort of fell away from faith entirely during college, but then when Makenzie and I started dating, we would go to Mass with her family, and I felt a connection there, especially with the church that I had not ever felt before, where things started to make a lot of sense. So as part of our marriage prep, Makenzie and I were engaged. We decided that I wanted to go, or we wanted the both of us to go through an RCIA class together, both so that I could become part of the Catholic Church, but also for Makenzie to be able to deepen her relationship with God and be able to learn a little bit more about the faith and why we do a lot of the things we do as Catholics. And we looked around and initially tried to go to our home parish, but ended up determining that that wasn't going to work with my grad classes at UMW, and we found that we could actually go to the Catholic Campus Ministry and do RCIA there, which we found out was really a great open environment where we had the opportunity to share and talk to other people that were in the same place as us, but also weren't necessarily out in the regular world, away from the campus life. So we felt that that was a really good experience, being able to share and learn with people who also were very sort of distanced currently from either their faith or hadn't been part of the church at all, but were kind of on a journey together and had the opportunity to really share and talk about our feelings or thoughts about what goes on in the church and how faith works, and it was just a great learning opportunity.
Yeah, and for me, I was really apprehensive at first, actually, about attending RCA because I was raised Catholic, and my experience and knowledge before of RCA was that it was just for people who were pursuing that baptism and confirmation to join the church. So having the opportunity to go to RCA as well was amazing because I found out quickly as soon as I got there were several other people there who were also Catholic, just trying to deepen their knowledge and strength of the faith. And then gave me the opportunity to grow in faith, deepen my devotion, but do that together in an environment where Alec was also learning about the faith, and it was such a blessing of an opportunity. The biggest things that Alec and I learned together as a couple, I think, as the RCA, through RCA, was the importance of prayer together. We started attending daily Mass together and spending some time in silent prayer during adoration. And one of the biggest things I think we learned was the importance of how our marriage together was going to be a reflection of God's love for us. And so the best way to reciprocate that was to build a firm foundation in practicing these things together and really living out the faith together. And RCA was such a blessing in teaching us how to practice those things and giving us a firm foundation for our marriage today.
RCA, for me, ended up being a great place to learn a lot of the foundational things of being a Catholic. So not only learning what I had sort of already learned from going to Mass, but also learning why pieces of the Mass are important, why we're going through those portions of Mass. We both really feel like the Catholic campus ministry at UMW has done a great job to prepare us for living a life together, as a married couple, but also just for each of our own individual faith lives, really helping us to engage, and by being part of that campus community helped us realize that we wanted to be part of the greater Catholic community as a whole. So I've taken the opportunity to become part of the men's group at the new parish where we go, and really helping to learn more about how I can build my faith as a man and part of our family. And that men's group actually ties directly into how you sort of guide your family through faith. And Makenzie has taken the opportunity to start leading a women's athletics Bible study through the Saint John Bosco Center, which we think is really cool because it's an opportunity to bring more people into the faith.
So the things that Alec and I started practicing during RCIA have now become integral to how we live out the faith on a daily basis. So we now attend daily Mass once a week together. We go to adoration usually once a week when we can, and we also spend time praying together every evening and say the rosary as a family together. So really, most importantly, the time we spent together at the Saint John Bosco Center has helped us to form the firm foundation in the faith that we have for our marriage today.